Oh my gosh, wait, for stream only people, you guys don't know what happened to the kitten. Y'all want to hear about what happened with the kitten? It's a big deal. It's a big deal. So we caught the kitten. We caught him a few days ago. There it is. Dinosaur bone. So the kitten, that was living in my front yard, he was going back and forth between my neighbor's house and my house. The reason I haven't streamed a whole bunk was because I've been for the last week or so before we found the kitten and caught him, I was waking up at 5 a.m. to spend some time with the kitten so that it would get used to people. So I was waking up super early, spending time with the kitten, going to sleep, taking a nap, waking up, looking out for the kitten, going back to sleep, looking for the kitten. I was just in kitten mode. I was locked in on the kitten. And I was spending, literally, days were just filled with waiting for the kitten, seeing the kitten, watching the kitten, waiting for the kitten, watching the kitten. And then one night, we put the trap out without setting it so that the kitten would be used to the trap and be able to walk into the trap without being scared of it. And one night, Mama Imai was like, the kitten is in the trap right now. So I went out to check on the kitten, and it ran off, right? Because the door is a big scary door, so it got scared. So it ran off, and then I went out and followed it, and it was dark. It was like 10 p.m. dark out, right? Whoa. Like that. What the frick was that? Why did it all get so dark and then not dark anymore? But it was dark out, and I followed the kitten over to my side yard, and there's a little bit of concrete where the wooden gate of the side yard is, and he sat on the other side of the wooden gate, and I sat on the concrete side of the wooden gate, and he almost fell asleep with me sitting there with him. And we were just sitting there chilling. And this was after like a couple of days of just not seeing him at all, come by my house and missing him every morning. And so I was getting really discouraged because I was like, what if he starts hating me, and then we're never gonna get him, and we're never gonna catch him and bring him back to his family. And then like the night I thought that I was able to sit with him, and he almost fell asleep, and then he woke up because something scared him a little bit. I think it was like a bird or something, and then he ran off back to the hedges and fell back asleep in the hedges. And then the next day we caught him, and I sat out there with him for a little bit because I didn't want to say goodbye because he's so cute. Like literally, oh my gosh, let me get a picture. Let me get a picture of the kitten. Hold on. I gotta send it to myself. It's so freaking adorable. This is when I was still using glass bowls. We switched to plastic bowls, but he liked the see-through glass bowl because then he could see what was inside. Let me get this picture. He's so cute, guys. I'm not even, like, the cutest little thing in the entire world. I'm gonna sneeze. Whoa, it's a big photo. Uh-oh. I lost the photo. Look at him. Look at how cute. Look at how freaking cute. This is the cutest little thing in the entire freaking world. This is the cutest kitten ever. He's so cute. We also don't know if he's a he or a she, but like statistically, tuxedo cats are usually boys, but who knows. It's so freaking cute. So adorable, right? And I've been spending days, like sitting out here. You can see my face a little bit. I've been spending days sitting out, waiting for this kitten, and like sitting outside and making sure that it understands that people aren't there to be mean. People are there to help it and like feed it and make it happy. That's what I've been trying to do for the last week, right? Waking up at 5 a.m., trying to make sure that this cat understands that people are nice and not evil. That's all I've been trying to do, right? And so a few days ago, this is while I was playing D&D. Here, I'll keep him up. While I was playing D&D with my friends, we had set the trap that day. And the trap is loud. And so my dogs can hear it, right? And so even though I can't hear it in my room and Mama Imai can't hear it in the living room, the dogs hear it and the dogs start barking at it. So I knew, okay, if the dogs start barking like a whole bunch, the cat's there. And I told my friends, hey guys, we set the trap today, so if I might have to go see a cat, and so if that happens, I'm just gonna go kitten and then I'm gonna leave, okay? So we're in the middle of D&D and the dogs start barking. And I'm like, no way. No, probably not. No, it's probably not it. And then Mama Imai messages in all caps, Kitten! Kitten is in the trap! Kitten is caught! And I'm like, guys, Kitten, I gotta go! And I muted and I left. And I ran outside and I just sat with this little kitten while he was in the trap. He hissed 2 times. 2 times the entire time he was in the trap. Mama Imai went out to see him, and he got a little scared from Mama Imai, just because he hadn't seen her before, but he only hissed twice. The rest of the time he was just meowing, and he wasn't like thrashing against the trap or anything. Like, he was just like, hi, I'm scared, hi. Like, that's all he really thought. But he's so cute. He's so cute. So, oh my gosh, look at that little boy. I miss him so much. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. So I sat out there with him for a little bit, and then my neighbor came over because my mom called my neighbor, and she let me say goodbye. And we sat with him for a little, and she was like, "You're like the cat whisperer." I'm gonna start calling you the cat whisperer now. And I'm like, I have a fear of cats. What do you mean? But yeah, so then my neighbor took him to her home, and then the day after he was brought to her home, she told my mom that not only was she allowing him to pet him, but also allowed her to pick him up. So this kitten is not scared of people. And that means that all of the work that I did was not for nothing. And he understands that people aren't evil. And it makes me so happy. I was really scared that he was just going to end up being a stray forever. Because strays only live for about 5 years. Like, statistically. But, like, house cats can live up to 20 years. So, I was really scared that he would just end up being a stray. Look at how cute he is. He's also got, you can't tell, but he's got like this blue ring around his green eyes. He's so pretty. He's so pretty. I love him. Every time I see him, I go, hi, baby. Like, I'm just like trying not to scare him. I'm like trying to be as small and cute as possible. Oh my gosh. If I could keep a cat, I would. He would be mine. But we cannot keep a cat in this house because we have 2 dogs and we're planning on getting a 3rd dog. So I can't keep a kitten. But I would because we also just like don't have the space for a cat. We don't have the ability to have like a litter box anywhere. It's a my house has a weird layout, so it just wouldn't work out. But man, I love this kitten so much. I would do anything for this kitten, man. I would do anything. Okay, say goodbye to kitten. Bye-bye, baby. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'm petting him with my cursor. I hope you guys understand.